So everybody's walking this lap, and when you do it, dedicate it to the person you're walking for, which is what I'll be doing with you. Let's go.
Welcome to 545 Live. That's footage taken from the 2011 Windham County Relay for Life, which happened this past Friday. The event is for cancer survivors and their supporters as they gathered at the BUHS track to camp under the stars. Our senior news correspondent, Joe Bushy, was on the scene.
I am walking for the Relay for Life for myself. I am a 2-year cancer survivor, and it's a great cause, so I do it every year.
Hi, Christiana and myself, Mark, are here tonight to help and support the people that are survivors like Christiana is, and for all the people that never know if they're going to be afflicted with any types of cancers or leukemias, that are going to need the support of other people.
And while I'm reaping the benefits of Joe's endless drive to create video, let's move on to the groundbreaking ceremony for the West River Park, which will reside behind the Professional Center just off Route 30.
Need to do a little bit of hangout here, but with that, that's why the groundbreaking is today. You know, Renault Brothers is due to start work later today, if not tomorrow. It's a very exciting time for the department. This has been 3 years in coming.
Local company, the Renaud Brothers Construction, will begin development of the $500,000 project. This year, the Brattleboro Recreation and Parks Department announced on Facebook in early March that they had reached their fundraising goal for the park thanks in part to a $50,000 donation from Noontime Rotary. You can see photos of the proposed park on the West River Park's Facebook page. So there you go. Next, it's Monday, which means we have a sneak peek of this Wednesday's upcoming issue of the Commons. And this time we have a special extended interview with Commons reporter Olga Peters about the showdown between Entergy and the state of Vermont in the courts, specifically the preliminary injunction hearing that happened in the U.S. District Court down the street here in Brattleboro last Thursday and Friday.
So this week in the Commons, we have full comprehensive coverage of the 2 days of the preliminary injunction for the Entergy v. Vermont court case that took place at the Federal District Court in Brattleboro last week. On the website, we have been keeping you updated as new information became available, but definitely check out the paper this week for the full coverage. And for those who have not had a chance to see what's going on with Entergy, in court, Entergy claimed that Vermont has stepped into federal preemption area by trying to regulate radiological safety and has created an air of uncertainty for employees and the company at the plant, and that if they do not receive the preliminary injunction from Judge Murtha, the plant may be forced to close earlier than 2012. Entergy has also asked, as part of getting ready for its merit case in October, for Judge Murtha to overturn 3 Vermont laws, Act 74, Act 160, and Act 189. The state countered Entergy last week by saying a preliminary injunction would not ease the environment of uncertainty at the plant because only employees stated that only operating past 2012 would do that. Refueling that Entergy claimed was a huge expense, and they needed to know about the injunction so they could make decisions. The state said that refueling is a regular business risk and expense that Entergy could have, should be preparing for, and that Attorney General William Sorrell said that he didn't feel Entergy had still managed to prove its case for preemption. So that's kind of it. That's like 14 hours of testimony in a very small nutshell. So make sure you read the Commons and find out more.
For the full coverage, there you can check out last week's issues, including updates that happened after last Wednesday's paper. That's all on the Commons' brand new sexy website, commonsnews.com. tv.org. And we're, I believe, going to hit our calendar coverage. Get a little calendar conscious here. Tonight in the Select Board meeting room, the regularly scheduled Planning Commission meeting saga continues. And lucky me, I believe that we've got the Planning Department's Sue Fillion to talk a little bit about the meeting.
Tonight, the Planning Commission is having a regularly scheduled meeting, and they'll be talking and reviewing a draft chapter of the Historic and Scenic Resources for the town plan. That's something that they are required to talk about under Vermont planning statute. And they're really, both the historic and scenic resources are important to the quality of life in Brattleboro. So they're really looking at tools to protect those as land use is developed. And then they'll also be talking about the existing land use in town, where's the industrial development, the commercial development, residential, and what kind of growth has the town been seeing on those.
And moving on, today photography classes at Insight began with beginner to advanced photo, darkroom, and digital animation tutorials. According to the press release, there's a class for every interested youth ages 11 to 18, regardless of their ability to pay. And a reminder that all this week, the Brooks Memorial Library's Strolling of the Heifers book sale is now half price. So all those 50-cent titles are down to a quarter. Next, this Thursday, the Actors Theatre is again putting on Sarah Ruhl's play Dead Man's Cell Phone at their West Chesterfield Playhouse. Proceeds will benefit the Brattleboro Area Hospice. You can check out the performance at 7:30 p.m. In the Actors Theatre Playhouse, which resides about 3 miles east of Brattleboro on the corner of Main and Brook Street in West Chesterfield, New Hampshire. And if we missed your event or you want more coverage than just me making tongue twisters out of your press release, then email me, Roland Boyden, at roland@brattleboro.tv.org. That's ROLAND@brattleboro.tv.org. And that means it's time to move on to our BCTV schedule quick glance, and we'll see what I can get through in the precious little time that we have left. The quick glance is my daily opportunity to shamelessly plug what's coming up here at BCTV on both our Comcast cable channels 8 and 10. Tonight, Democracy Now! Continues its Pledge Drive special slot at 6:30 instead of 7, so for all of you out there in Brattleboro with a big crush on Amy Goodman, set your TiVo back a half hour this week. And at 7:30 p.m. tonight, right here on Channel 8, we have Bill McKibben's lecture from the 2011 Slow Living Summit here in Brattleboro. And to pops up the dial on our government and educational channel, Channel 10, we have a live broadcast of the Vernon Select Board meeting starting up soon. That's at 6 p.m., which is very soon. And at 11:30 p.m., we have a rebroadcast of the past Tuesday's Select Board meeting. And finally, a reminder that you can catch the rebroadcast of the dynamic and ever-entertaining 5:45 Live the following morning at 9:15 on Channel 10. And I'm being told that I have precious little time left to get to everything, so I'll just say that's a full lit, everybody. Thanks for checking in with me. But before you switch over to fashion clearance, remember we'll be back Wednesday with an exclusive with climate host DJ Hot Dog, contests and prizes, remote broadcasts from the Pillsbushy team, calendar coverage, scheduled quick glances, interviews, event highlights, and more. For BCTV and 545 Live, I'm Roland Boyden saying good night, everybody.